Hello friends, Jack Sullivan here, and tonight we're venturing into a place shrouded in mystery and dark legends, a ghostly village in rural Montana that has fascinated and terrified those who've dared to explore it. Over the years, I've heard stories from locals and witnesses that are as chilling as they are intriguing. These are not just tales, they're experiences that have left lasting imprints on those who've lived them. I'd like to invite you to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Your support helps me bring these chilling stories and mysteries to life. Prepare yourself for a journey into the unknown, filled with suspense and the unexplained. Let's dive in. Our first story takes us to the Old McKinney Farm. This place is infamous in local lore. I met Lisa and Mark, a young couple full of curiosity and bravado, who decided to spend a night at the farm, eager for a ghostly adventure. What they encountered was beyond their wildest fears. Lisa and Mark arrived just before dusk, their excitement palpable as they explored the dilapidated farmhouse. "This place is incredible," Lisa exclaimed, her flashlight illuminating dusty furniture and cobweb-covered corners. Mark, trying to sound braver than he felt, chuckled. "Yeah, I can definitely see why they say it's haunted." They set up their camp in the living room, surrounded by rotting furniture and remnants of a past era. The room was filled with an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional creak of the old house settling. As night fell, the temperature dropped noticeably. Lisa began to feel uneasy, but tried to brush it off. Mark, ever the skeptic, dismissed her concerns with a grin. "It's just an old house, nothing to worry about." It wasn't long before things started to go awry. Lisa noticed the old rocking chair in the corner, moving slowly back and forth. She nudged Mark and pointed. "Look at that!" Mark's grin faded as he saw the chair's steady motion. "Okay, that's weird," he admitted. They decided to investigate, trying to rationalize the phenomenon. As they explored the house, the shadows seemed to come alive and the air grew heavy. They heard strange noises, soft whispers and creaks that didn't match the house's age. "Did you hear that?" Lisa asked, her voice trembling. Mark nodded, his face pale. "Yeah, let's just check out the basement and get out of here." In the basement, they stumbled upon an old journal hidden under a pile of newspapers. Lisa pulled it out, her hands shaking slightly. "This could be interesting," she said, flipping through the pages. The entries were frantic, filled with Edward McKinney's desperate scrawls and disturbing sketches. "This is pretty unsettling," Mark said, his voice echoing in the basement's oppressive darkness. The journal detailed Edward's increasing paranoia and terror of unseen forces. As Lisa read aloud, a cold wind blew out their flashlight, plunging them into darkness. They heard footsteps approaching, but when they turned, nothing was there. Just the oppressive silence and their panicked breathing. Lisa and Mark fled the farmhouse, their faces etched with fear. They never spoke of their experience again, but the terror they felt was palpable. The Old McKinney Farm remains a place of dark history and restless spirits, a reminder that some places are better left undisturbed. Our next story revolves around Hainesville, a village that seemingly vanished without a trace. Harold, an elderly man with deep ties to the area, shared his account with me. His recollections are both fascinating and deeply unsettling. Harold told me that Hainesville was a vibrant community until strange events began to unfold. People started seeing things, he said, his voice trembling, ghostly figures wandering the streets, eerie lights in the sky. It was like the village was cursed. Harold, everyone was talking about it. My own father saw strange lights. He said it was like the stars had come down to earth. People started leaving one by one. According to Harold, the village's last resident, Clara kept a diary that detailed these mysterious occurrences. I managed to obtain the diary, and it was filled with eerie entries about strange phenomena and a growing sense of dread. The diary described Clara's growing fear as strange lights and shadows began appearing around the village. Her final entries were the most chilling, detailing a night when she saw a shadowy figure performing a ritual in the town square, surrounded by an unnatural fog. Clara wrote that the figure was surrounded by a dense fog, and as she watched in horror, a blinding light enveloped the village. When the light faded, Hainesville was gone. Its people, houses and streets vanished as if they had never existed. I visited the overgrown ruins of Hainesville, a ghostly reminder of the village that once was. The silence there is profound, as if the village itself is holding its breath. Harold's account left me with a profound sense of unease. What could have caused such a disappearance? Was it a curse, a supernatural event, or something else entirely? Hainesville remains a haunting enigma, a place where the boundaries between reality and the supernatural blur into a chilling mystery. Finally, we come to Pine Hill Cemetery, a place that has long fascinated me. Jonathan Reed, a local historian, had a chilling encounter with the ghost of Mary Sullivan. His story is one of the most haunting I've ever heard. Mary Sullivan died under mysterious circumstances in the early 1900s. Jonathan was researching the cemetery when he came across an old broken headstone with Mary's name. He felt an immediate chill and sensed he was not alone. It was like walking into a wall of cold air, he told me. Jonathan Reed. I was taking notes when I saw her. Mary's ghost, in a tattered white gown, just appeared. Her eyes were hollow, like she was searching for something. Jonathan described Mary's ghost as a sorrowful and desperate figure. She wandered among the graves, her presence heavy with grief. Jonathan felt an overwhelming sadness, a sense that something was profoundly wrong. As Mary's ghost approached, Jonathan felt an icy touch on his cheek. Her hand was so cold, he recalled, and then she just vanished into the fog. The encounter left him deeply shaken, and he couldn't shake the feeling of profound grief that followed him for days. Jonathan Reed. It was as if her sadness had seeped into me. I couldn't stop thinking about her. I've never experienced anything like it. Mary Sullivan's ghost remains at Pine Hill, a spectral presence with an unresolved story. Her tale is a haunting reminder that some mysteries remain unsolved, and some spirits are forever bound to their place of rest. These stories from the ghostly village are more than just ghostly tales. They are a testament to the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. The restless spirits of the Old McKinney Farm, the vanished village of Hainesville, and the sorrowful phantom of Pine Hill all serve as reminders that the unknown is always lurking just beyond the veil. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the ghostly village. If you enjoyed these stories and want to hear more spine-chilling adventures, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me and helps keep these eerie tales alive. Remember, the darkness holds many secrets, and I'll be here to explore them with you. Sleep tight and keep a light on, for you never know what might be watching from the shadows.